have a wild theory about Fulton County ballot boxes and voter rolls being commandeered and taken by the Trump administration pursuant to a criminal warrant. Now, a lot of people are popping off lots of theories that this is the beginning of Donald Trump, which is probably true, trying to stave off what's the inevitable. And coming in this November is a massive, blue wave. I've heard of blue waves before, not pan out. I've seen red waves not pan out, but definitely given the fact that in the last few special elections, Democrats have flipped 26 seats, and you see Republicans presumably either sitting home or voting along with the Mississippians, or people who sat out realized I better not sit out and vote this time, because you have Mississippi broke a filibuster. In Miami, they elected a Democrat for the first time in I don't know how many years in Miami. And then there is a seat that Donald Trump went 17 points plus points that just flipped in Texas. So the signs are there that his policies, his economic policy, his foreign policy is erratic, just drifting, pardoning all sorts of people, him being in Epstein's files. People aren't really better off, that people are not happy, even people who voted for him, some of the 77 million. So he knows it's coming, and he knows he can't win. He's not doing, rather than do something, make the country better, stop grifting, stop stealing, stop maligning half the country, stop sending troops. One way you can actually end a lot of this and maybe help yourself and help Republicans is call off the National Guard. Stand down. You ever thought about that? How can I possibly win this election? Okay, I can try to do all these extra things. I try to gerrymander, that backfire, because I believe one of the districts that they try to carve out to squeeze out the black districts end up getting a Democrat to win. So that didn't work. So let's see. How about I try to go, I don't know, take the boxes? That's going to be set up for a challenge, and it's not looking good. So he's doing all these things instead of just being a better, abandon the stupid tariff policy because it's a failure. Admit that you're wrong. Just stop, because you talk going every single day. Just stop it. So you could do that, or, keep going down those rabbit holes and keep doing what you're doing. It's insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Or you can do the simple thing is call off Department of Homeland Security, call off the National Guard, stand down. But you're placating 22% of the population while alienating 80% and more, because you're putting all your energy in this one thing that's not working. It's not working. People don't like it. You're getting more and more unpopular. I'm not saying that you can win, I don't say that the Republicans can win necessarily, but you can help them win by just standing down, because they all have to go run against what you're doing to the American people, the blue Democrats, and people are pissed off. Anyway, I digress. That's not the point of this video. The point of this video is tell you while Tulsi Gabbard, the reason why they grabbed the Fulton County ballots, in my opinion, is Tulsi Gabbard is on the outs and it's kind of irrelevant, and she's just there. She's a Defense National Intelligence director. She was grasping for relevancy. One of the times that she made the news was she went against Donald Trump in regards to the Ukrainian war, and he didn't like that, and he made it known. And I think she was in the doghouse. So to come out the doghouse, she started allegations saying she's going to start investigations. She's going to do all this thing about Barack Obama in 2016. First of all, that's been litigated. And actually, the Donald Trump's White House and it was actually determined that there was Russian influence, but they say that the Russians didn't necessarily impact the outcome, though there was interference. So they acknowledge, yes, there was Russian interference, but the outcome was irrelevant, and we've moved on. And then you're attacking Barack Obama, a beloved past president who is very favorable, has high favorability ratings even now, against your boss who has negative in the tank. So that's not who you want to go attack when your boss is actually negative 30 points or whatever under the water. So why are you doing that? That doesn't make any sense. It's and it's just pissing people off. And also is reminding people of what they missed, the wonderful life during Barack Obama era. So that was a failure. So she disappeared. You didn't hear from her for a long time. She's really irrelevant. Finally, I really do think while she's making a lot of news because she was at an event, here's the thing. Defense National Intelligence, your intelligence is not supposed to be for internal, not supposed to be for criminal investigation. That's why we have the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Your intelligence is related to stuff outside intelligence that's not in the United States, not domestic. So why are you in a state and commandeering boxes? Why are you there? When the Congress people say you didn't tell us that you were going to go there, she sent this 4-page letter, and the letter essentially said, "Well, even though I'm not independent, I'm part of the executive. I do answer to the president. I do coordinate with the president, and I needed to be there to witness it. And no, that's not part of your job. You don't need to witness a grand a warrant being executed. That's not part of your job description, babe." So to say that you need to be there no. And the fact that Donald Trump called, she said, well, he didn't speak. I didn't put him on speaker or something like that, or he had nothing to say and coordinate and everything. She's towing a fine line, because when Barack Obama was president, he made sure that his defense national intelligence stayed out of domestic stuff. They didn't do that. Joe Biden kept impartial and kept separate, so there's no, to give people confidence in the defense national intelligence. There's reports that say her meddling, her politicizing DNI, essentially undermining the credibility of the agency and the safety of the agents in which she worked. She doesn't deserve that job. She wasn't qualified. And then the fact that she's going out of her way to to make Donald Trump happy, I feel like this is part of her idea. I think it's worth noting that they have conflicting exclusives and explanations for who told Tulsi Gabbard to be there, because Tulsi Gabbard says Donald Trump requested she be there. Donald Trump said it came from Pam Bondi. Then after that, Tulsi Gabbard's team issued a memo, or a spokesperson said that both of them told her to be there. It's not looking good, girl. She knows he's like really wants those ballots, and so she probably said, you know what, let's go and make up some reason to go take the ballots and go look for them and maybe recount them over, even though they've been counting multiple times. And the Georgia State office of the Secretary of State, and it's been recounts and the ballots, and it is the results with the results. You can't take it back. It's over. Do you think that you're going to recount it and all of a sudden you can say I really did win? Donald Trump knows he did not win. He's made several gaffes and mistakes and statements. According to Jack Smith, he said Donald Trump has told several different people that he lost. And he's even recently, I'm doing a video about Donald Trump's what's that thing called, his lawsuit against the IRS. And one of the things his lawyer then Alina Habba said when she was angry at the IRS for its whistleblower revealing information, is that if the whistleblower had not revealed Donald Trump's tax returns, he might have won the 2020 elections. So he knows he didn't win the 2020 elections. So that's you're beating a dead horse. He made all the folks he picked did not admit that he lost 2020. Whenever they go before Congress, if you notice, you go back and look at it. I'm not going to put it here. They infamously avoid saying that he lost 2020 election. It's like a cult. Like that's he just can't have people. They're no independent thought. Nobody have any. They just don't want to please this man. It's just so ridiculous. So this is all part of it. So she's out and out. She has no thing. And so she makes it up and she makes sure. She said Donald Trump asked me to be there, and I'm sure she edged him saying it's my plan. So you probably like, it's your plan. This is me just hypothesizing. I'm not necessarily saying this is what happens, but this is her plan, whatever it is. And so she says, should I be there? Egging him on. He said, yeah, of course I want you to be there. Meanwhile, it's her whole plan just to get relevant and it's a nothing burger, just like her attack on 2016 of Barack Obama was a nothing burger, and nothing's going to come of it. I mean, other than it's going to be challenged, and it's really going to be a fruitless endeavor. If anything, it's going to just solidify the fact that he lost even further. But no one trusts him because they took off the documents. The chain of custody has been broken, according to the Fulton County folks who are filing this lawsuit that I mentioned in the previous video. Check it out on my channel if you're watching here. And so it's broken. And so they've asked, or they're going to ask, because they haven't already filed a lawsuit today, for a forensic audit of the documents, and the documents stay in Georgia. But the fact that the chain of custody has been broken, it's like, who the hell knows what they've done? They could plant extra votes in there. Someone said that they know the votes are counted. They just want to intimidate the people who didn't vote for Donald Trump or something like that, which could be possible. Anyway, it's unlawful. It's illegal. It's going to come to an end. It's going to end up in a loss. But I don't know if she wanted those 5 seconds of fame, or 5 minutes of fame or attention, or how, limelight will let Donald Trump like her again, or let her speak more during the cabinet meetings. I don't know. You're disrupting all these lives, causing anxiety and stress for nothing, really, because you just want to get brownie points. That's my theory anyway. What do you think? Let's discuss below. JJ Legal. Each one teach one.